Everybody, sitting to my right, one of the most influential individuals in my life outside of my pops, my trainer, the guy that I give credit to for saving my life because he did, the great Reggie Ball.
I'm humbled and I thank you for your kind words there,
Thank you,
Maceo.
sir. Thank you, sir. So, Coach, I wanted to do this conversation because one of the things that you always talk about and one of the things that you've stressed your entire life training, health, taking care of the body. So, let's start with you real quick. How did you get into this entire process?
Oh man, you got time?
Let's go. That's why we're
All
doing
right.
this.
Get my ass whooped all the time.
Okay.
I had a big head, as you can see. I had a big head. I've been called everything: headquarters, tank head, Doctor Egghead. Any word with big head, I had,
Okay.
and people were always, fucking with me.
Right.
Kid named Popsy on McDaniel Street threw me down, sat on my stomach, and farted. And so got called fart head. And I just kept getting picked on. Put me on the merry-go-round and dragged me to rocks was in my skin. So, I mean, and I knew we had magazines back then, the comic books.
Y'all know nothing about that, but okay.
We had comic books, and on one of the things that said, have the fastest legs, be the fastest, be the world's strongest man. They had a cartoon where this guy picked on this skinny guy on the beach and took his girlfriend. Well, if you work out, you'll be taking girls.
Mm.
So I started doing push-ups. I started doing pull-ups on the gutters, pull-ups anywhere I could do pull-ups. Anything I could do to get bigger and stronger. Then the Wide World of Sports came on every Saturday.
ABC.
The agony of defeat.
Yes.
I didn't want that to happen to me no more. So I started doing push-ups, and I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be Ultraman, Tarzan. I wanted to be Tony the Tiger. Anything that was showed strength and power, that's what I wanted. And I hadn't stopped.
Wow.
I hadn't stopped. I have not stopped. I felt that again in 78 when a kid at Avondale High School got the best offensive lineman, which I knew was mine.
Mm-hmm.
And we only gave out 5 trophies in: best O-line, best D-line, best defensive back, best offensive back, and most valuable. Those are 5 trophies.
No participation trophy.
No, none of that.
No.
You got a piece of paper called a certification.
That's it. That's it.
Not certification, but a certificate of,
Right.
participation.
Of achievement.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that walk home from Avondale High School was the longest. It was because my boys joned me so bad. That was in 78.
Mm.
I won a trophy every year
From that point on.
from that point on
Wow.
till 97, my last world championship. 98.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's crazy because you're kind of everybody. We give you this credit, and I like how you always say you humbly accept. You're the GOAT of this fitness thing because before you, even though a lot of guys they kind of were doing, but we knew that you were in the dungeon, getting these crazy workouts, and that's how we found you because everybody wanted this edge, and the thing was always, hey, go find Dutch, go find Dutch. Who is that? Just go find Dutch.
Right.
And we found you in this dungeon with some of the craziest workouts in the world. Talk about that piece of it in your training.
Well, I've never been a guy that followed suit.
Mm.
I've always did something different to my detriment. My mom used to always say, you always got to go the opposite way. And I do in my training and everything. So I picked up training methods. I wanted to do stuff that everybody else did not do. So if you did bench 1 day a week, I did bench 3 days a week.
Mm.
If you did legs 2 days a week, I did legs 4 days a week. I wanted to do something different, but along my journey, I learned. I learned the difference. We used to go, they don't even do this anymore. Heavy, medium, light.
Right.
Everything's the same now. That's why people get hurt now. There's no periodization in that. I learned that at an early age. I went to a strength clinic in the 9th grade, Bill Kazmaier at Auburn University. He used to assist with the strength and conditioning. And That's where I saw Ralph Sampson squat 405. I
Ooh.
saw it with my own eyes.
Right.
Now, a lot of people don't know who Ralph Sampson is, but
Right.
he's 7 feet tall.
Right. The basketball guy.
And at the time, I didn't know. I did not know the impact that had because he's 7 feet tall
Right. Right.
at 405. So it piqued the interest for me, and I hadn't let it go.
It's crazy.
I hadn't let it go.
And it's funny because your method, all of the guys that have trained with you, and we see it from the NFL guys, your kids. We'll get on them shortly. But it's that okay. He don't know what he's talking about. But then you get in it and you see the immediate result, and you see how stronger that you get. Is that part of it that kind of you like? See, it worked.
Well, let me just put it this way. I'm not going to have you do anything that I haven't done. Now, don't get me wrong. If you like kettlebells, I don't touch them.
Right.
The same thing you do with a kettlebell, I can do with a dumbbell. These Eastern Bloc lifts, the snatches, they only became popular because of CrossFit. I've been doing hang cleans and snatches.
Right. We live on that platform.
I mean, the platform is where it's at.
We live on that platform.
Based on the type of results that you're looking for. Now, if you're a bodybuilder, maybe not so much. But you're an athlete, a functional athlete in today's society, you got to have the platform. You've got to have strength and conditioning built in your program, or you're just going to be a local hero.
And it's funny you talk about strength and conditioning. I can remember when it became like a huge thing when Nebraska and Florida played that national championship game, and everybody knew for years. And you used to talk about it all the time when we were growing up. Nebraska can beat everybody because they're just stronger than everybody.
Absolutely.
So talk about that part of when strength and conditioning became like a focal point for high school programs, for college programs.
Well, when you start seeing a big divide, a big separation toward the end of the year, toward the playoffs, toward the lack of injuries, when you start seeing that. Say, for instance, DeKalb County, I was probably the first really strength coach.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you why Alan Chadwick told me that. When, what's the coach name? Sean McVay was at Marist.
When he was his quarterback. He was an option quarterback.
Absolutely.
Option quarterback.
Absolutely.
And they won state.
And Sean McVay and my son won co-offensive player of the year.
Yeah, I remember.
So when Chadwick got up to speak at the DeKalb County Touchdown Club, he said the X factor was the strength and conditioning. I'm just doing my thing. I didn't know who had what.
Right.
I knew Marist had phenomenal facilities.
Right.
I knew they had the funds to do pregame meals. They didn't eat McDonald's before the game. I mean, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I just did my thing, and I didn't care about nobody else.
Yeah.
I didn't give a damn who you were on the other side of the field. I knew that you didn't work as hard as we did. That's where the strength and conditioning comes into play. It's not so much as you benching 400 or 500 pounds. I give less than a damn about that.
Right.
I need for you to play 6 quarters of football, and it's only 4. I had a motto: if mid-season we were at playoff form. At the beginning of the season, we're at mid-season form.
Right. Because we going.
Because we're going.
Right.
We're going. I need to push your body past that I can't, or your limit, what you say is your limit stage. So strength and conditioning for me in that aspect had to be the best, because my coach, who recently passed, Brian Hay, taught me in high school. I was 180 pounds. I squatted 500. I deadlift 550. And I benched 385, 400 pounds. Bigger, faster, stronger. I eclipsed all that.
Right.
At 180 pounds.
That's work. That's the work.
And so I remember what he taught me, and I just applied it with some knowledge and education. Now, I don't mean formal education. Education, I mean you going through it.
Right.
Now, you can, nothing against people with degrees and stuff like that, but unless you done been through it, you can't tell me shit.
Yeah. And it's funny, one of the things, I always laugh about this, one of the things you taught me, and I took this from you as a coach, when I showed up to games, I always look at calves, thighs, butt, and arms. I remember you vividly saying that. Like guys would come in the old dungeon, and you'd be like, You ain't got no ass. Look at your legs. Like you not
Absolutely.
beating nobody." And it's funny how I could tell coaches would ask me, "How you think we're gonna do that?" I was like, "Let me go look at their thighs and their butts first."
Yeah.
I like, "Oh yeah, we're in
Yeah.
trouble."
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did that concept come from, coach?
Oh, listen, listen. It's like it's like anything. It's like looking at an animal. If you look at a silverback gorilla, you look at his shoulder, he has straps. So if he grabs you, it's over. if a cheetah is lean and long, you're not running from
You're
it.
not gonna get
An alligator has short legs, but those legs have biceps on them.
right,
An alligator can go from 0 to 60 for a short burst,
right, and that's how they catch.
and that's how they catch you. When we play teams from Florida, the first thing I do is go to the fence and look at their asses, hamstring hanging off, and little calves. I said, "Listen, don't let him get outside because he's gonna be down 20." Real talk. He's gonna run. He's gonna outrun everybody. And sure enough,
Right.
we played Batman one time. Never forget it. He came to the outside line. Hey, get your kickoff return team ready. I said, "Who the hell is this asshole?" As he ran off, I started looking at his ass. I said, "Don't kick that." By that time, they kicked to him. He ran
gone.
straight past us. I told y'all, don't motherfuckers to get the kickoff return team ready. Real story.
Right.
And I said, okay. But, I know I gave you a lot, but that strength and conditioning component, man, it is vital, especially now.
Yeah.
With kids going 365, in both ways. Too much basketball will hurt you without strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
Too much tennis without strength and conditioning will hurt you. You'll be a local hero,
Right.
but you won't be on a national level.
Yeah.
You won't.
It's funny, coach. One of the greatest lies that has ever been told is you can't lift weights during the season.
Shit.
Why do you think so many coaches adopted that for so long?
They're old. And I don't mean that. Hell, I'm old. I'm 60. They're old. You have to evolve. These kids are different. You have to evolve. We didn't have one injury that was game related
Right.
last year.
Right.
Oh, my back hurt. Oh, this. No, you have to train. You have 4 periods. Preseason, first phase, second phase, and postseason training. Now, are you going to squat for 500 pounds? No, you're not.
Right.
But you're going to keep moving to prevent. It becomes to where if the right ingredients, you can be preventive instead of being recovery.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You have to have a right mixture. Do we live 4 or 5 days a week? Negative.
Right.
2, 3. And that time is what? 30, 45 minutes, then go.
Yeah. You used to call those maintenance lifts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Maintenance.
Yes.
Maintenance.
A lot of these words, y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, this
Maintenance.
guy, he came up with those words, and y'all just use them. And it's funny because you and I, one of the things you and I, we laugh about, and we can't really say publicly, but we on this platform, we're going to talk about it. We always talk about DNA. We always talk about DNA. Sometimes it's not your fault, athlete. I mean, your mama this height, your daddy this height. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. I mean, certain stuff you can't do nothing about, but you can overcome some of it.
You can, by work ethic.
Right.
And even if you are a 5'5" DB, all-state guy, sooner or later the law of physics is going to come into play.
Always.
Now, Jimmy the Greek was right. He had it right.
Oh.
He
just said it out loud.
He said it out loud.
But everybody thought that. Talk about that, Coach.
Well,
because Jimmy the Greek, a lot of y'all know Jimmy the Greek, but Coach want to tell y'all what
Jimmy the Greek
said.
was fired. He was a CBS sports commentator who
Yes.
said that the reason why the black athlete is so good, the master took the biggest buck and found the thickest winch and bred him.
Like bread.
And when that baby came out, he was the biggest sucker in the land. And I do mean sucker. That's what they called him.
Yeah.
They called the male a sucker, a female a winch. Martina Navratilova told she wanted a baby by Michael Jordan. Nothing ever came out of it.
Right. Because she was trying
Because
to,
she
was trying to
knew,
breed. She was trying to
she
breed.
knew the type of athlete he was, and she
Right.
knew what she had.
So imagine if we got a baby.
Yeah. So I mean, DNA has a lot to do with it. Some people are blessed, some people not.
Right.
Now, I think I could go for a nice price for stud service, but I don't want to do it no more. But my hangback is my height.
Right.
I'm 5'10".
Right.
If I could only been 6 feet, I wouldn't be here before you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to take what you got, and you have to be real about it. And a lot of parents get upset with me when I say, listen, these kids are like dogs.
Mm.
You can't, the first thing I ask a kid, hey, son, how tall is your daddy?
Yeah.
My daddy 5'4". Well, I told your mama daddy. He 4 foot.
I used to get trouble. I used to get trouble for that. But I'm like, I
do
need to know.
Do the best you can. But if the kid is a good kid, we're gonna take care of that kid. He's gonna go to school. But the law of physics coming to play with each me, you, and everybody else. It's gonna be a certain level that we're not gonna be able to skip the process.
Right. Right.
Some people are just blessed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the DNA is, so if you out there and you're looking to create an athlete, just like you do when you look for those Rottweiler puppies, look for bloodline, pedigree.
Yeah.
I mean, real.
It
talk.
all matters.
do.
And it's funny because we talk about work ethic. You've been blessed. Your boys. You didn't have to spend no money on college because all these young fellas were able to obtain scholarships.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is from your work ethic. It's you passing that down just with your boys. What was one of the things that you really impressed upon all of those guys?
To go further than I did. I did it the dumb way. I was a dumbass. I did. Not that I'm dumb.
No.
But I'm just saying, I did it the dumb way. I know how to read, write. I know how to do it. I wanted to be a silly ass in school. When I was in school, you could make straight F's and show out Friday night.
Yeah.
I mean, now, and it cost me. It cost me when I had to go around the corner of Peachtree Plaza in the basement, low dark, fill out an application.
Right.
It cost me. Entry-level position, it cost me.
Yeah.
And I worked for Green Brother Nursery, which was bought out by Pike. And the guy came up and said, Reggie Ball, I remember you. What are you doing working here? And he was at Oxford College.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school with this kid.
Yeah.
I could name guys I went to school with that I would kill athletically.
Right.
But now,
yeah,
they far exceed me financially and status-wise as it relates to what we see. But I impress me. You guys are not going to do it the dumb way. You're getting a scholarship. I'm going to get you across that stage in high school. You going to college, period. I don't care. You're not going into military. I did that dumb shit. I'm not going. It's, I love my time in the Marine Corps because I learned.
Right. But that's not the path for them.
That's not the path for you.
Right.
I want you to get a degree. I want you to go further than me. Each generation is supposed to go further than the previous.
Right.
I'm your predecessor. Do it better than me. So, and I impressed that upon them. Y'all gonna work. And I wasn't liked in the house. They didn't like me because we get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. They didn't like me. They didn't. I wasn't concerned with that. I wanted to prevent what I went through.
Right. Right.
You know?
And that's our job as parents.
Exactly.
That's our job
Hey,
as
son.
parents.
Hey, I did it this way.
Right.
Don't do it the dumb way. That's the dumb way. Come here, tell me, how's it gonna work out for you? Well, I'm gonna do this. You're dumb. Get your ass over there and do it this way. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm gonna be real 100.
Right.
And I treat all my kids, because everybody I come in front of, that's my baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tell a parent, don't yell at my son. I say, you may have shit him out, but he mine. Because I'm with him more than you.
That part.
He said, what did he eat last night? Exactly. I'm going to have you locked up. You come up here with that bullshit again. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I impress upon all my kids, don't do it the dumb way. My seniors last year, from last year's team, I told them, I said, listen, you got 2 weeks left before you walk across that stage.
Yeah.
Then life going to hit you.
Boy, what?
It's going to hit you in a hurry. Now, if you're not going to college to play football, you got a work ethic that I put in you.
Yeah.
God damn it, coach, my leg hurt. Well, your upper body work. Coach, my shoulder hurt. Your fucking legs work. You think Georgia Powell give a damn about you having ACL surgery?
Ask Georgia Powell, hey, I'm out for about 2-3 weeks. See what they say.
They said, oh, sure. You're going to be right before the results are in with Maury. And then the lights going to
be sitting in the dark.
The results are in, then the lights going to go black. Hey, you turn the lights off. Oh, nigga. Georgia Powell turned.
With one button. They just push one button.
Yeah. Now, I used to learn them. I used to turn them on, but can't do it no more.
Now you can't do it no more. Technology.
Yeah, they do it from downtown.
What's funny, Coach, I get asked this about you all the time, and so I'm going to ask you. I'll be like, yeah, I can't answer that. Ask him. Work ethic. You either got it or you don't. Can people truly find work ethic?
Depends on who it is. Depends. You can find it. You can right or wrong. You can right your ship. An X marks the spot for all of us. Okay? To say this, I'm going to need help. The parent is going to need help from me.
Right.
And I hate to sound cliche-ish about this, but it really do take a village to support. And we don't do that anymore. We see a kid cuts class and they won't say, where you going? Nigga, turn your ass around and get back to school.
Right.
You're not working, nigga. Carry your ass to bed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We get offended when you say something to my kid or I say something to your kid, you get offended. Well, I mean, I'm that asshole who don't give a shit. Right. As long as she's around me, I can only hold up one standard. Work ethic, if some people are born with it, right. Some people is infused in them based on who they are, but the main way you can get it, people on your ass. Get back. Didn't I tell you to mop that floor?
Right.
Didn't I tell you to mop that floor?
Yeah.
Get up. It's 2:00. Then I'm gonna get in the morning. No, I bet you're gonna get up and do it now. You understand what I'm saying?
I know.
And you don't forget those moments.
Yeah.
1983, state championship, semis. My daddy getting ready to leave. My coach and the team coming by the bus picked me up because I left my singlet at the house. My daddy coming out the house, he said, where you finna go? Why they got them school bus out there? And I said, Dad, I'm finna get ready to go to the semifinals, state championship. He said, you see them leaves on that goddamn tree? I don't give a damn you in the Super Bowl. They better be up by the time I get home. True story. I told my coach, he said, what's going on? I said, I gotta rake the yard for all my teammates got off that bus and we raked their yard.
Wow.
Magnolia leaves. Now, you know I wax it. They slip.
Boy, yes, sir.
So I remember that. That was the fork in the road for me. And a lot of these kids, work ethic, the fork in the road, well, you can sleep, I'll do it. Well, you ain't got to worry about it. Well, I'll get the yard man to cut the grass. Well, you can take the trash out when you get up in the morning. After you done told them when to do it previously.
Yeah. That's
a part of the work ethic. Oh, he don't wash dishes right, so I'll do it. Boy, gone. Bullshit.
You finna learn how to wash these.
You finna wash these. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So you talk about work ethic, a lot of it, it's got to be forced in like that. It has to be. I learned at one point. You did too.
Yeah.
Most of my kids, when they went off to college, they were late one time. Because in college, when you late, you run to every aisle in that state.
Boy, it's a boy. Ooh, it's a
you understand what I'm saying?
Boy.
How many times were you were late? Shit, that was it.
Yeah. I did the one time.
I talked back to Alvin one time. I talked back to him one time. And see these lights in here?
Right.
I seen them flash, but then nobody take a damn picture. I got up and mopped that floor.
Well,
you see what I'm saying? So work ethic, you can teach it, but it has to be supported on all points where that kid go. It has to be.
Last one for you, Coach. What drives Reggie Ball Sr.? You've been in this game a long time, and one of the things I admire most about you, And the reason why I get my butt up in here every morning with you is because, hey, he on go. I got to be on go too. What motivates you, Coach?
Fear of failure.
Wow.
And I don't mean trophies, win the national champ. Just fear to be viewed by my kids as failure.
Mm.
I never took algebra, but you can't tell it. I don't have a college degree, but you can't tell it.
Mm-mm.
I can go in any arena and talk from a Democrat meeting to a homeless shelter and talk. And that's valuable to me.
Right.
My passion for what I do is paramount. I can do this shit for free a lot of times. I do it for free, unbeknownst to me.
Right.
Real talk. I do a lot of this stuff. People come to me and I'll give it to them free. And, you know, my kids said, Dad, stop giving that shit away. So I love this shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To watch somebody change physically, mentally, socially, economically, I'll do like this. Here, I'm going to give it to you. What do I look like keeping this shit?
Mm.
Well, I mean, real talk.
Right.
Y'all my kids. Y'all mine.
Yeah.
And when I see what you do, I'll be like this. Damn, you turn the camera around, man, get that shit off me. It's your turn. I had my time.
Get me off TV. Your favorite. Like, get me off TV.
Who put me on TV? That's bullshit. I'm gonna have you locked up now. The biggest thing for me, I'm gonna tell you this quick story. The biggest thing for me, when they said, Coach, I can pull up your name when Facebook first came out. I said, you can't pull up my picture, nigga. He pulled it out. I said, who did this shit? I didn't sign no release. What the? Hey. There's some shit got to be done. Somebody Googled my house the other day. I was like, how did they get that picture? You know what I'm saying? So I had to.
With your car in the driveway.
Yeah. It ain't the car no more, but that's the house. I said, that's my old house. You know? But to make a long story short, man, that drives me. The laughter, to see people happy, help accomplish goals. And really, mainly, it's for the kids, man. If I could help a kid, I help adults too, but a kid to me, to see a kid grow,
Yeah.
Lamar, Keith Lamar, the attorney that's sponsoring the gym now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked me, Coach, you know him? I said, that's one of my babies.
No.
He cried to me